Graduating during a pandemic sucks. There was no walking the stage, no partying, no nice photos in regalia. I thought a graduation live broadcast was all we had for this once-in-a-lifetime event. So when I heard that my school is holding an in-person makeup ceremony, I'm really grateful. So here we are at the beautiful UBC campus with these lovely people. Because this makeup ceremony is for the 2020 and 2021 grads, they have more time to reflect on their uni life, learn more about themselves, and perhaps gain some work experience after graduation. Who can give better advice to the current college students than them? So let's see what they have to share on some frequently asked questions about college life. So here we go. Professor Alicia, what is the advice you want to give to the future and current UBC Sauder student or UBC student in general?
It's a very good question. I think standing here and seeing everyone graduate, it's be aware of your present. So who are you with? Where can you find joy? Where can you find relationships? It's really easy to get caught up in the rush for jobs and all of the different exams and assessments. But at the end of the day, it's about the people around you.
For future and current Sauder students, I'd say just being there is so much of the battle. Make sure to actually show up and you'll be amazed how easy the rest of it is.
Always try your best at doing anything that you put your mind to. So if you're going for a club, if you're doing a class, even if you're not doing too well, as long as you know you tried your best in the end, that's really all that matters. And just try to get more involved because for me personally, I was a commuter student. So each time I got here, I would be so tired. I would just want to go home right away. So I was not involved in campus as I wish I could be. And then the pandemic hit. So I couldn't be involved as I wanted to be after that. So I really took it for granted at first. So while you're here, try to talk to a lot of people and then I'll just get involved as many ways as you can because when you graduate, you really look back and think, what did I do? And usually if it's just going to class and then going home, it might be a little sad for you.
Yeah, I can definitely relate. I was living in Surrey for 1 year, so
gosh.
it's 2 hours coming.
Yeah, that's so far away.
Yeah. So I didn't really participate in school in that 1 year.
Yeah.
I think a good piece of advice that everyone, not just about university students, but anyone is, be true to who you are as an individual. Don't forget the roots that you had growing up, your heritage and who you are. I think Vancouver especially is a place which really values everyone's own individuality. So be true to who you are, use that as your advantage because only you have that. Use that in your industry, in your career. That'll really help you grow and sort of reach new heights which people can't because they don't have what you have. That's what I'd say.
That's really good advice. Thank you so much.
Of course, thank you so much. Congratulations.
What is one thing that you definitely shouldn't do in school?
Don't sleep in class. Yeah, that's not very good. Yeah.
What is the one thing that students shouldn't do in school?
I would definitely say give up. It's really easy to feel as though you can't make it through the challenges, but one thing I've learned is that you can. That sounds really cheesy, but I feel like that's really how simple it is. Just keep going, keep persevering. You'll make it through. I would always say hell or high water, I'm just gonna get this degree and get out. So yeah, that's it.
Yeah, definitely. The time I gave up, I always regret on those experiences.
Yeah.
And I think being regretful is always the worst experience ever. Okay, Eileen, so what's your favorite class at UBC or at Sauder?
Yeah, so my favorite class was IMC, so it's one that I actually got to TA, so Integrated Marketing Communications with Ann Stone. A lot of the stuff you learn there, I apply into my actual job, my actual 9-to-5 job, so definitely recommend it.
So my favorite class at UBC Sauder, and just generally at UBC, was the Creative Destructions Lab course. It's a course where you get to work with real businesses and entrepreneurs as they're asking for funding. So that one really gave me a lot of useful, valuable, real-life business lessons that I learned.
I'd say COM 271. It's an intro to capital markets class, and it's where I met a lot of my best friends in the program, so good memories.
Thinking back to my favorite classes, COM 192 and COM 468, I'd say a big part of why I like them is because of the great memories I had with my teammates. The most memorable and blissful part of COM 468, apart from successfully winning a Razzia as a client and applying our marketing knowledge in real-life situations, was the time we spent working together as a team to overcome challenges, learn from one another, and complete the project with great success. It's very important that you cherish your group projects. Do your fair share and show them more if you can, so that you can build a good relationship with your team members. Because a good teamworking experience will always put a smile on your face every time you think about it, even long after you graduate. If
you could go back to grade 12, would you still choose to go to university? And if yes, would you still choose UBC and Sauder?
Absolutely. I love being in Sauder. It was a great learning experience. It exposed me to the real world, and it's put me exactly where I want to be in the future.
So my question is, how has the current pandemic or the current economic situation affected your career or any of the people you know? Yeah.
So for the pandemic, for me at least, so when the pandemic happened, I didn't know what I wanted to do, but I thought I'd end up in marketing. And it wasn't until the pandemic actually canceled my exchange. And then I ended up having to take Zoom courses, essentially university. So my last semester, I took my last 3 courses. And one of them happened to be labor relations, which I never would have taken if it wasn't for the pandemic. I took labor relations, I ended up loving it. And now I actually work in HR and labor relations for 2 years afterwards. That course ended up giving me my first job, a guest speaker. And then I ended up working labor relations. I loved it. Now I'm doing my master's in labor relations as well.
Oh my god, that's
so if it wasn't the pandemic, my exchange never would have gotten canceled. Exchange got canceled in labor relations, and I would have ended up here. So that's kind of how the pandemic shaped my career. So as much as it sucked, I'm only here because of it. So
yeah, that's so cool. Congratulations.
Thank you. Yeah. You as well.
Same. I was like going to marketing when I graduated, but like the pandemic happened.
Yeah.
And now I'm doing a graduate in immigration law. I would never expect that to happen.
No, fair enough. It's crazy.
So are you an international student?
Yes, I am. I'm originally from France, and I also have a Filipino heritage, so I'm half and half.
How do you like Canada here?
I love it. It's been such a pleasant experience. Like, I just still remember to this day landing in and being really confused at first, but also being really welcome. And it's been 7 years now, like working after university, and I do really feel like I'm at home.
Do you feel like staying here in Canada, or do you feel like moving back home?
I definitely feel like staying in Canada for the foreseeable future. I'd love to maybe do a master's somewhere else, but I can see myself coming back to Canada as well after. So I would say definitely, like, as far as I can see, I'd love to stay in Canada if they let me.
I feel like anyone here in Canada can find a sense of belonging and a welcoming atmosphere here.
Yeah, it's such a intercultural country and city, especially Vancouver, that you just see people that look like you, that act like you, that have the same culture as you, like anywhere. And I think that's why it's so welcoming, is because you find your people. And I also think it blends, in a very non-aggressive way. It's just people they get along with each other. And that's beautiful, and I love that.
What's your favorite thing about UBC or about Sauder?
So what I really liked about Sauder and UBC was the variety of people there are. I myself am an immigrant coming from South America, Colombia, and I met so many people from the Latin American community in all types of different courses and professions. And I don't know, I just felt really accepted. I felt like I could adapt very easily to my surroundings here, and it just made the whole transition, moving to a different continent, a whole lot easier, and I really, really loved it. And that's something that I really appreciate that UBC and Sauder as well provided for me.
What do you think are the most valuable resources that Sauder provides?
I think one of the most valuable resources that I really only found out, or I knew about, but only took advantage of in my final year, and I wish I did that even earlier, is the Business Career Center that is available at Sauder. They do an excellent job in helping you get ready for interviews, figuring out what sort of job or what sort of career path you want to get into. There's some excellent coaches in there, helping you understand how to present yourself well in these interviews, how to network. So very, very valuable resources available to you completely for free. And I would definitely take advantage of it sooner if I was doing this again.
Wait, it's not too late to learn about this resource even after you graduate, because Sauder also has a Business Career Center for alumni, and that is the UBC Sauder Alumni Career Services.
So very nice to meet you guys. What service do you provide here?
Hi, I'm Nicole Brown, and I am from UBC Sauder Alumni Career Services. And what we provide for all Sauder grads and only Sauder grads is professional career coaching, basically lifelong career support. That includes anytime you're struggling or searching for a job, but also when you're doing really well, we get to help you out with that strategic planning, leadership development, how to have difficult conversations or motivate your team, any kind of the peer coaching, we also offer that. And I also help with networking and connections. Into that, my colleague Amadon wants to say a word here on volunteering.
Yeah, so we also encourage alumni to volunteer. after graduation. We have a number of different volunteer opportunities available. There's a volunteer interest form that you can use to sign up for on the Sauder alumni website. Depending on where your career takes you around the world, we also have active alumni communities worldwide, everywhere from Vancouver, Toronto, Shanghai, Singapore, San Francisco, and beyond. So wherever you are in the world, there's not a fellow alum too far from you.
Thank you so much. That's actually one of my favorite things of Sauder. Like, you guys provide so much useful resources and platforms for all the students.
My greatest advice is when it comes to interviews, just like be natural, be yourself, don't be so uptight. They won't interview you because they want to know your personality, so just let that shine through.
Okay, thank you so much.
Not being able to celebrate my graduation on time used to be a regret for me, but now I realize everything happens for a reason. If we had the in-person ceremony in 2020, I probably would have just celebrated with family, friends, and taken some pictures. I definitely wouldn't take the initiative to interview alumni, make new friends, and create a video based on their wisdom. All the professors, faculty members, and alumni I interviewed were incredibly articulate, energetic, and confident. I'm so grateful to them. Graduation is not only a time to celebrate your accomplishment, but a time to look forward to what tomorrow brings. The world awaits all that you have to offer. Keep achieving, keep accomplishing, never stop shining your light. Hope this video is helpful to current and prospective college students. Please like, share, and subscribe, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!